Hi, welcome to Soul Fuel Sanctuary, where we talk about self-love. I'm Marcella from Crank It Up Coaching, and I am so blessed to be doing this venture with my friend who will introduce herself in a minute. But we have decided to do this Soul Fuel Sanctuary together. And I am so pleased. Thank you, Yvette. Introduce yourself.
Hi there. Thank you, Marcella. Yes, we are doing Souls Fuel Sanctuary. I am Yvette Carrion of Pivot Point Life Coaching and Trainings. And today is another exciting episode, actually. I think it is an empowering episode today. So, Marcella, what are we going to talk about?
So, we are going to talk about saying no without
Ooh.
feeling guilty. Say no without feeling guilty.
I like that without feeling guilty.
Yes, because, right, a lot of times when we say no, we feel like we have to come up with a reason why we said no.
Mhm. Yeah.
We feel like less than because we say
Yeah.
no, or actually, the fact of the matter is, because of those reasons, we never say no when we should
True.
say no sometimes, right?
Yeah, and I think it boils down to the conditioning again of how when we were kids,
Mm-hmm.
just say yes. No is a negative word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yes.
implies something so negative, something so for me, one of the things that I learned about, loving myself is just to say no. When to say no. And I
Yes.
guess that is also setting boundaries. When we
Mm-hmm.
set boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, try to, since we have a hard time saying no, and I think that a lot of us struggle with saying no to different things. So, today I wanted to give us like three ways where we can say no. One is to be, thankful and grateful. Oh, thank you for thinking about me. But unfortunately, I can't do it today, or I can't do it. My schedule is full, or something.
Mhm.
But you say thank you. And whatever the request is, if it doesn't coincide with who you are, who you are,
Mhm. Yeah.
or you just don't feel like doing it, thank you for
Yeah.
thinking about me. I appreciate that. But is the word. And then the second way you can say no is this is the one that I use quite often
Mhm.
is you can you can pause if it's not something like somebody sprung something on you and wants you to volunteer or do something.
Mhm.
um you say, oh, that sounds interesting, let me check my schedule now. Or if you have a spouse, this is the one I use, let me check and see what my husband is doing. Or, so that the onus is not on me. The onus is not on me, it's on him, right? I use that quite often. See, I done told you all my secret. So I
Yeah.
guess you're gonna give me a side eye if you ask me to do something and I say, let me check with my husband.
Let me check. Now I'm gonna think about that, Marcella.
And then the third way is that you can say no, but ask someone else and you can give a person's name. Now, I do this too.
Mhm.
And again, I tend to use my husband. If I can't do it, I'm like, but I think his name is Mitch. I think he can help you out. Well, he can do that for you. So if you have, be gracious when you say no.
Yeah.
You take a pause and think about it. And look, when you take that pause, you might say, oh, I do have the time to do it. I do want to do it. And then you can say yes. So you take the pause by saying, let me check my schedule so that you can evaluate whether or not you want to say yes or no. And then always you can use, oh, once you look at your schedule and you really don't want to do it, you can say that, or you can use your spouse, like I do.
Yeah.
And then the third
Yeah.
thing, again, is to say, pick somebody else, and come up with a person. Hey, why don't you ask Mary if she can do it? I think that she would, that would be a good fit. So, and
Yeah.
kind of like passing the buck, but and with that,
Yeah.
those three things I think will help you not to feel guilty. And before I give it to you, Yvette, I also want to say that when you say no, you do not owe that person an explanation. We kind of like
True.
want to explain our way out of why we're saying no. We have a choice. We can say yes, we can say no. And a lot of times, people want you to do things that are time consuming and it's not aligning with your goals. It's not aligning with who you are. You're just doing it really to people please. You want
Exactly.
them to feel that you're a nice person, but you can be a nice person and say no. So, okay, Yvette, I've talked long enough. What's your opinions? What do you have to say about
No,
this topic?
talk away because I like your suggestions of how to say no. Because saying no is so difficult, especially if it's somebody that you like, but
Mm-hmm.
then it's really clashes with your schedule or clashes with your values or your priorities. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, if you don't say no, you will stress yourself out unnecessarily. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's so important. It's like in the levels of communication, when you're passive, you just say, all right, yes, 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 yes. But in your heart, it's a no. And you get conflicted with yourself. And then later on, you explode
Yeah.
at the first
Yes.
person you see. And so you
Yes.
become passive aggressive. Whereas if
Yes.
you become assertive and just say, you know what, it doesn't work for me, no. And
Mm-hmm.
it saves you the emotional trouble, the time,
Yes.
the mental anguish.
Anguish. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also it saves the person time, and also the person you're talking to gets an honest feedback, which is so important,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think,
Right.
yeah, when you said about people pleasing, it's really one of the things that we say yes to. We always
Mm-hmm.
want to please people. And it comes, I think, also with like uh being incongruent with ourselves when we want to
Mm-hmm.
people please. And when you're self-aware, you
Yes.
realize that when you please people more, you sacrifice yourself,
Yes.
and then you get mad at yourself. And then you don't really get
Mm-hmm.
mad at yourself because the people around you that you love, whom you know subconsciously that they will love you no matter what. You get mad
Right.
at them. You throw it to them. And it's so sad because it's a simple no.
Simple no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Marcella, it also brings me to when when I was asked to talk about child abuse to girls age 9
Mm-hmm.
to 13. So I was wondering how to place it. And you know what? The power really is in saying no. To teach
Mm-hmm.
young girls the power to say no so
Yes.
that they will not be abused. And I think it also goes without saying that boys and girls and people in general, like what we're talking about now, that the
Mm-hmm.
power to say no is protecting yourself, protecting your
Mm-hmm.
boundaries. Because
Yes.
in a way, we know when to say yes. We know we love to say
Mm-hmm.
yes
Yes. Mm-hmm.
to people and to people that we want to say yes
Mm-hmm.
to goals that we want to say yes to, and
Mm-hmm.
to priorities that we want to say yes to. But really saying no is empowering.
Yes, it's empowerment.
Yeah.
right? And so we can do it without feeling guilty because a
True.
no is empowerment. I love that. Saying no is empowerment.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. It's protecting yourself
Hmm.
from emotional, from mental anguish, from even sometimes from physical.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like of the story that I told in the book about
Mm,
this young lady who had decided that she wanted to just chill out. She was tired. She wanted to relax. And then the phone rings, and it's her friend wanting her to help her move. And before she even thought about it, she said yes. And then after she hung up, and how many of us can relate to this? After she hung up, she felt so upset because she was so tired. She had a long, hard week at work, and she just wanted to chill out with a good book, just lay on the couch. And now here she has volunteered to help her friend move, which is, if you've ever helped somebody move, it's exhausting.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and that was and I guess it's like, why did I say yes? I wanted a good book. I wanted to curl up in my bed with a good book. Yeah. And we
Yes.
wonder why we say, why did I say yes? Why did I not say no? So again,
Yes.
I think one of the important things here is mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to
Yep.
be like, it's just like, think before you click, think before you speak. Let me, and so
Yes.
what you said a while ago, let me think about that, or let me check my schedule.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Without
Yeah.
feeling guilty. And I think saying no gently. Is
Yes.
there such a
Right.
thing as saying no gently?
I believe so. I believe
Yeah.
so. You can say no gently without explanation and,
Yeah.
and politely and without feeling guilty. Because
Oh,
you know
yeah, go
what?
ahead.
Saying no is like saying that I'm worthy of what I want to do.
Mm.
You
I
know,
love that. Yeah,
I'm worthy of what I want to do. I am self
I love
loving
that.
myself by saying no. You don't
Ooh,
always have to say yes.
yeah. And so again, friends, we are again in the top of our conversation here.
Yes.
So it is a power to say no, especially to the
Hmm.
right, to the saying no to the right people, those who
Right.
take advantage of you. Say no. So
Hmm.
those that are not congruent with your values and priorities and who you are, your identity, say no to them. So
Yeah.
Marcella, parting words.
Yes. When you said that, it reminded me of the fact that I need to warn you. I need to warn you because people will wonder why you're saying no, because you're changing your habit. And they're so used to asking you to do something, and you're always there for them, and you always say yes. Well, I can ask Marcella, and she'll say yes. She'll say yes.
Mm,
So be prepared for people to get an attitude with you for wondering why you're saying no now. But
mm,
I just want to encourage you to stick to your grounds and say no. And you don't necessarily have to give them an explanation of why. And then, really, what this is doing is that you are teaching people how to treat you. And
oh
you
yeah.
are, in turn, you're honoring yourself. You're honoring who you are and what you need. And
Yep.
that's all about self love.
Beautiful. So friends, we're gonna see you again next week for another episode of Soul Fuel Sanctuary.
All right. Bye for now. Hey,
Bye.
but before I say bye, you know what I want you to do, right? If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, comment, and give us your opinion, give us your thoughts on what we've said, and hit that like button and hit that notification button so that you won't miss out on any episodes. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. Bye.